Hi everyone, this is Bilal. It is November 24th, and here is the top AI news for today. Uh, OpenAI seems to be working on some sort of a hardware play. They have been poaching engineers from Apple, from various departments like the camera department, Vision Pro. So sounds like they're working on something which has hardware to it. My guess is it's going to be some sort of either like a wearable, which allows you to have AI capabilities all the time. Um, it could be some sort of eyewear, but let's see. It has to be something big for it to work out. So let's see what OpenAI comes up with. Uh, Google DeepMind, which is the research arm of Google, they have hired the CTO of Boston Dynamics. Boston Dynamics, if you don't know, is a robotics company. Uh, they've built amazing robots over the years. You must have seen videos of people kicking the robots that they've built and then getting back on their feet. Um, Google seems to want to use Gemini as a robot operating system, and they want to use it for all form factors and all sorts of robots. So let's see what that happens. Uh, More on Google. So Google's head of infrastructure or like AI infrastructure, um, he has told employees in an all hands meeting that they want to double their serving AI serving capacity every 6 months, and that would be around like 1,000 times in 4 to 5 years. And they want to do this by not just spending more money and like building computing power, but to actually make their models more efficient and using their own TPUs as opposed to um, chips from, let's say, NVIDIA. Uh, Before the launch of Gemini, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, he actually sent out an internal memo letting employees know that his exact words were that they will face tough vibes and temporary economic headwinds because of the Gemini launch. But he did say that they're going to catch up fast. So that's happening. Um, Perplexity has launched its Comet browser. I think everyone knows that by now, but now they've launched it on Android earlier this week. Now, again, just to remind everyone what Comet does, it's a browser just like Chrome. And what it helps Perplexity is it helps them get users to start using Perplexity as opposed to something like Gemini, because so when ChatGPT came out, I would always go to ChatGPT, but now with Gemini so well integrated within Chrome, where I just go on the search bar and I just click on tab, and I can just go do a Gemini search. I see myself using that more and more, and that's what companies like OpenAI and Perplexity are scared of. So OpenAI has built Atlas, Perplexity has Comet, and they're trying to push for that hard. Now, how will they poach users from Chrome? I think a good play that they have is shopping. If they can allow users to get the best deals using their browsers, I think that's one way of getting them. Because at the end of the day, both Atlas and Comet, they're Chromium based, so the look and feel is going to be pretty much same as Chrome. So people shouldn't have any issue that way. So it's just a matter of getting them to switch. So it's going to be interesting, right? Because if you remember, Google launched Chrome just because they wanted people to use Google search. So yeah, so you have to, browsers a big playground for in this fight. Um, Nano Banana has just been integrated into the Google Drive ecosystem. So, for example, you have a slide and you want to like beautify it. It will just take the text that you have and then create you an image with like better infographics. So play around with that. All right, moving over to financial updates. Amazon has announced a commitment of 50 billion to expand AI and computing capacity in its cloud units that serve the federal government. So they have regions like GovCloud and some secret regions that the government uses. And and these regions have to have like very strict compliance requirements. So Amazon is investing in that. I feel like it's more and more important in this time because AI is there are a lot of like security concerns for a lot of people, especially the government, and it's good that Amazon is investing in it. And the first hyperscaler to provide secure environments is going to get business from the government organizations. Right. Sierra is a company that has reached 100 million annual recurring revenue (ARR) in less than 2 years of launch. So that's a big news. Sierra builds like support AI agents for like support tasks. So things like troubleshooting a client's issue or billing fixes or cancellations, things like that. All right, and then, this is an interesting one. So OpenAI finally has disclosed who their financial auditor is. Before they had only said it's one of the big four, but now they've confirmed it's Deloitte. Now, the potential conflict with that is conflict of interest over there is that Deloitte is also in this AI space. For example, Deloitte's competitor, PwC, they are a big reseller of OpenAI. And Deloitte itself is a big user of Anthropic. So that's an interesting situation. And then what's interesting is that their auditing system, I think internal system, it's called Omnia. And it's built, I think part of it is built on OpenAI. So basically, they are auditing a company that has built the software that they're using to do the audit. So that's an interesting situation to be in. Yeah. All right, kind of moving more into like politics. Uh, Multiple global insurance companies have started to include add exclusions for AI-generated losses. So basically, the concern is that a single flaw in a widely used AI model, like GPT, Claude, Gemini, could trigger like massive simultaneous claims, and they're trying to like avoid that altogether. So that's gonna happen. Um, so I told you about Trump had a draft executive order in place that which was going to give federal agencies more power to go after like states that are hindering AI innovation. So there's been a lot of pushback, both from Democrats and Republicans, because 2026 is going to be an election year, and overall the people in the U.S. are calling for AI regulation because everyone is scared of like AI taking over jobs. That's just a sentiment that is going around. It's interesting that like in countries like China, like the whole country seems to be embracing AI as opposed to what we're doing here in the US. And so yeah, let's see how that plays out. Trump has his policy of not exporting the latest and greatest uh, GPU chips from NVIDIA. But now that the Blackwell architecture is in, I believe the B200 chips are in, Trump is open, I think is open to exporting the H200 chips. So let's see how that affects the market for NVIDIA. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.